It's wintertime, so that means two things. It's time for wrestling season and Christmas season. And if you're a wrestler looking for great gifts, or you know a wrestler and want to get him or her something special for the holidays, I'm going to tell you all about that in this video with the Fanco Wrestling Holiday Gift Guide. So let's stop stalling and start talking Christmas gifts. What's going on, wrestling fans? My name is Josiah and welcome to Fanco Wrestling, your #1 source for wrestling news, tips, and lifestyle here on YouTube. Now, I know a little bit about Christmas gifts, being a wrestler myself and loving the holiday season. Now, while the best gift for wrestlers may be the 2-pound weight allowance, there are a couple other things that you can get them that are a little bit more tangible. Before I start, there are direct links to all products in the description below, direct links to everything I mentioned. I also want to say that if you do click these links, it will actually help support the channel without costing you anything additional. So with that said, let's get into this holiday gift guide. The first thing I want to talk about is some gifts on Amazon, because Amazon is obviously one of the best places to shop with 2-day shipping on millions of products if you are a Prime member, and around the holiday season they do usually offer something a little bit special as far as discounts. I do have a full Amazon gift list linked in the description with a full guide on 30 products that I've come up with, but there are a couple that I want to highlight today. And the first thing that I want to highlight is the Crossface Shirt. This is a fun t-shirt that I found on Amazon, and it's something that, while the shirt is 100% cotton, it is still pretty comfortable. It's a shirt that really breaks the ice. It's a great way to, you know, if you're wearing this out, it's kind of a parody on the North Face, if you know that product brand. It's kind of neat because you kind of get compliments out by people who understand what a crossface is, that know what it is, or maybe you just get questioned about what the heck is the crossface. Now, this will set you back $16, so it's a fairly relatively cheap shirt as far as I'm concerned, and it's nice to wear out or to work out in. The next thing that I want to mention, speaking of working out, is a scale. Now, scales are massively important if you are a wrestler. Now, at home, it's not necessarily always easy to get a expensive scale depending on your budget, but one scale, a nice bathroom scale that I have linked in the description, is this Acticity scale that runs you $20, and from what I've used, it is pretty accurate. So while you will have that scale better in the wrestling room, hopefully, this is a scale that'll at least keep you on track whenever you're not in the wrestling room, and that's about $20, so it's pretty nice for cutting weight. The next couple of things are more apparel items, and it's a Nike Crewneck. So I love these Nike Crewnecks, and the reason that I love them so much is not only are they comfortable to wear around the house, but they're also great for working out in. And I mean, it depends on what you're doing. You know, a lot of wrestlers sometimes like hoods because they can sweat a little bit more, but the Crewnecks are pretty nice for me personally. These come in multiple different colors, and depending on what size, what color you get, it'll run you anywhere from $30 to $50. Again, that's in the description below. Now, the Nike products are about 80% cotton, 20% polyester, and I'm just a huge fan of all of these Nike products. And similarly with Nike products are joggers. Now, joggers are something that when I was in high school weren't that big, but nowadays they are huge. Every wrestler is wearing joggers, and there are two specific joggers that I want to point out on Amazon because I'm wearing them myself. The first pair that I have on right now are Nike joggers. These are about $24 to $45, again, depending on the size, the color, all of that you get. Very nice. The pockets are nice. They have good drawstrings, and then you can tuck your socks into the bottom of them, just kind of like all wrestlers do. And it also doesn't just keep you warm around the house, it also keeps you warm when you're working out, so you can sweat a little bit more. And then the other pair of joggers here are the Champion joggers. These joggers I'm a huge fan of even more than the Nike ones, honestly, and that's just because they're a little bit more comfortable. They are 50% cotton, 50% polyester, very similar as far as the design and all that, but they are pretty nice. A couple other things on the Amazon list before we move on to some more products that you are going to love as a wrestler or for your wrestler for the holiday season. The next product is Nike Inflicts. These are wrestling shoes. Nike Inflict wrestling shoes are probably one of the most popular wrestling shoes. Now, if you're looking at more detail on these products, I do have a video of that on this channel, so you can check that out. But I do want to mention it here before we move on to anything else. And the last thing I want to mention on Amazon are a couple of movies. I'm a big movie buff myself, and I know that whenever I was getting ready for a tournament or a match or whatever it is, especially a big match, I like to watch a movie before, or whether it's on a trip before. And two great wrestling movies. One, of course, is Vision Quest. Vision Quest is one of the stereotypical, I mean, just the epitome of wrestling is the wrestling movie Vision Quest. A great classic movie. And the other movie here, a couple of movies I have. One's Never Back Down. Not really a wrestling movie. Guy was a wrestler, knew a little bit about wrestling, more of a fighting movie, but Warrior. This is all about wrestling, MMA, fighting. Another classic movie. Not as classic as Vision Quest, but I highly recommend it. And these are relatively inexpensive, $20 or less for the Blu-ray. So now the other things, make sure you check out on the Amazon list. If you're looking for Gatorade, a Cliff Keen headgear, which is, in my opinion, the best headgear out there. Cliff Keen headgear. Looking for a wrestling headgear strap or a couple more books. Those are all on the Amazon wish list. Now let's move on to a couple other things on this holiday list. The next gift that I want to talk about is from Blue Chip Wrestling. Blue Chip Wrestling is a pretty cool wrestling brand out there that I am personally a fan of. I wear their shirts all the time, mostly because they are super comfortable. This shirt that I have right here is a Superduck shirt. Superduck is the logo that Blue Chip Wrestling came up with for the move, the Superduck. And if you, I mean, you can see here the words kind of spell out Superduck. And this is a very comfortable shirt. It's tri-blend fashion tee. It'll run you about $18, and usually they run sales around the holidays too, so I recommend getting this shirt for your wrestler. Then another shirt that doesn't come from Blue Chip but WrestlingMart is a shirt that I was looking to get for a long time, couldn't find it, but that's this Nike wrestling shirt. This Nike wrestling shirt is a little bit more expensive. It's $27, but it's a nice dry fit shirt. It's excellent for working out in, for exercising in, for losing weight in, is this dry fit Nike training tee. And then a couple of other items from WrestlingMart that if you're adding this shirt in, you may as well add a couple of these because they're very inexpensive and well worth it. Those are their socks. The WrestlingMart socks are some of the best socks on the market. You can see their logo right here as far as WrestlingMart is, and they have 30 plus different socks that come in all sorts of colors. Right here I have the blue and the black socks. Both of these are very solid products, great for, again, working out in, and as well as just, you know, looking good. They're very comfortable. I find them very comfortable. I can wear them around. I'm very picky as far as socks are concerned. I know wrestlers often are with how they feel, but different multicolor socks. They also come with very cool phrases on them, although you're not always going to see them out because you're wearing them under your shoes. This one is one of my favorites too, because, you know, I'm always yelling at wrestling matches, yelling at the refs too, and that's where you have to check out WrestlingMart. Again, links in the description below. The next set of holiday products that I want to discuss relate specifically to this channel, Fanco Wrestling. If you or somebody that you know is a big fan of Fanco Wrestling, one great way to not only support the channel, but show your love for the channel out and about is with the Fanco Wrestling official merchandise. You can check out this merchandise in the description on Teespring, and there are a couple great products that I want to highlight. First, this shirt that I've been wearing this entire video is the Fanco Wrestling. It's an inverse logo tee, very comfortable. A couple months back, I actually switched the products. I raised the prices just a little bit, mostly just because the product is more comfortable. And there's nothing that I dislike more than just bland shirts with a logo on it just to sell product, and that's why I am strongly behind these products, because to me they're very comfortable. They are a tri-blend shirt, and that's what makes them so comfortable. So this is the first Fanco Wrestling tee, and the next one that I may like even more is actually this long sleeve shirt. This long sleeve Fanco Wrestling shirt is just great for working out in. And it's great for wearing around during the cold months wherever you are in the United States. And speaking of coldness, another cool thing in the shop is this Fanco Wrestling Crewneck. This Crewneck comes actually in all sizes as well as a couple different designs, but this Crewneck is very nice and I know people in my family have it, and they are already loving it. The couple other things in the shop that I just want to mention are we have some cool stickers up in the shop. One of these is my favorite, the Stop Stalling sticker, as well as the Fanco Wrestling logo sticker. Great for laptops, great for headgear, great for notebooks, wherever you are. Now, I want to tell you that there's a very special gift that I have for you Fanco Wrestling fans who are still watching and are interested in holiday shopping. If you use the code HOLIDAY, that's HOLIDAY, code HOLIDAY, you will receive 10% off your order on the Fanco Wrestling merchandise site. Make sure to apply that code at checkout for 10% off your entire order. Now let's move on to the last set of products for this holiday season. These products are from one of my favorite wrestling brands, and that's Rudest. Rudest not only has a great YouTube channel and a great couple of personalities, they also have great apparel that I'm rocking all the time, and you'll probably see me wear that on my personal show, on the Fanco Wrestling show. The couple shirts that I want to show you that your wrestlers will love, a couple of these, just a plain wrestling shirt, and you'll see that on the back it has a Rudis logo, but it also on the front just plain old wrestling, which I find very neat, just kind of a plain old shirt to wear that I really like. Now, all of these shirts, what's nice about them is 65% polyester, 35% cotton, and that's what makes them so comfortable. Pre-shrunk, very light fabric. A couple of these other designs, as I mentioned, Rudis likes to partner with people who has great personalities in their brand, and one of those people who is one of the main people on the show, on their show, is Ben Askren. Has his own podcast, and you may know him as a fighter, also a wrestler, is Ben Askren. Funky Ben Askren, and this is one of my favorite shirts. I'm rocking this all the time. I think it's so great. This will run you about $28. Prices may vary a little bit, but that's how much the Ben Askren shirt is. And then this product, the Rocky collection, I think this is so cool. Obviously, a lot of wrestlers love Rocky just because it's a great fighting movie, a great motivational movie. But this Rocky t-shirt with the Rudis logo right over here on the sleeve, and on the back it says Italian Stallion. A very solid shirt, very similar to the Ben Askren shirt as far as the feel and the look. That's how all of the Rudis products are, really. This is a $30 shirt, and I highly recommend it. Happy holidays to you all. Make sure to check out, again, all the links in the description below. If you're interested in more wrestling gear videos, make sure to click here to see more.